welcome to Fight Your Stepdad. This is a podcast where I take questions from the internet and try to answer them with friends. I don't know if we do good advice. Anyway, I'm Riley. Joining me is Brad.
Hello.
And Liv.
Hi.
And we are, this hopefully is the second episode with video in it. No clue how this is going to go, how it's going to cut together. This time I'm going to ask Brad to not say something and then do this. And then hope that a visual element will appear.
A visual element, as you can see, will appear.
Alrighty. First question, let's just get right into it. Am I the asshole for playing a prank on my girlfriend? Throw away for privacy.
Good.
So yesterday, I, 19 male, saw this prank online where you put raw noodles in your mouth and then ask someone if they could crack or massage your neck. When they touch you, you bite down on the noodles and pretend to be unconscious. I thought it was really funny and eager to try it out on my girlfriend, 18. Well, my girlfriend comes to my apartment and I ask her to crack my neck. She didn't think much of it because I often ask for that after working on my computer. As soon as she touches my neck, I bite the noodles. It makes a pretty gross, loud cracking sound and I fall down on the floor. Girlfriend is immediately next to me, calling my name and trying to shake me. Once her head was close enough to mine, I opened my eyes and say, "Gotcha." She was full on crying and kind of shocked. I was laughing and said it was just a prank, no need to cry. She gets up without saying a word and starts walking towards the front door. I tried grabbing her hand, but she pulled away immediately. Told me to not fucking touch her. I told her there is no need to act like a bitch and it was just a stupid prank. She snapped and she said that I knew she absolutely hated such pranks and that it was just cruel and not funny. She also said pranks that pranks are supposed to make everyone involved laugh and not feel like shit. Girlfriend then left and told me not to fucking contact her. I tried calling and texting, but she won't answer. So, am I the asshole? I think she's overreacting.
I think the prank itself is funny.
Yeah.
Like
You think that's funny?
That is a good prank.
I've seen it. Like, I think it's funny, but I wouldn't cry laugh at such thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's... Like, I think with pranks, you have to kind of have the rapport...
Yeah.
That you do pranks on each other.
It seems to me like he's a prankster. Like, he will try and do this regularly.
Yeah.
And she's obviously expressed to him that she hates them.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that he did one that can be very shocking.
Yeah, incredibly
The fact
traumatic.
that he dropped to the floor, I feel like he was really playing the part.
Yeah. I think, like, a prank... I don't know if this prank is funny for everyone involved. That's, like, my big concern.
Yeah, all right. Listen, I'll concede on that it's a little bit mean-spirited, I think.
Yeah.
It is funny. Like, it is funny. But, like, yeah, I guess if they didn't have a good rapport and, like, aren't doing... Because that's, like, a very escalated prank. That's not
Yeah.
you know...
I think, at worst, a prank should make the other person feel embarrassed.
Right.
Like a little embarrassed of being, a whoopee cushion is like, I didn't fart, but it sounds like I farted.
Not scared, though.
You shouldn't have adrenaline pumping through your blood after a prank where you're like, I have killed someone potentially.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not good.
No, that's bad.
It was very dramatic. Like, I think the fact that he actually followed through, dropped on the floor, waited for her to be close enough to him.
Boo.
Gotcha. Like, that's
like,
a dick move.
Yeah.
But also, I think
But he's committing to the bit, right?
But I think she's very dramatic about it.
Right. I think he went wrong. You can do something like mean-spirited or whatever and maybe cross a line. As long as, like, you are apologetic. If you realise that it's upset somebody. Calling her a bitch.
Yes.
Don't be a bitch. And it's like, oh my god damn, dude, you've lost it.
Be like, yes, okay, I'm sorry. Like, that wasn't a very fun, nice thing to do. I'm sorry. Stop it there.
He just wants to be known as funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's
the big thing.
The issue. Like, he doesn't actually care to apologise at all.
No.
No.
He's looking for, like, the world's greatest prank.
And I think he thinks that everyone is going to be on his side in the comments.
Hugely.
Right.
Do you have the comments?
No, I get rid of it. And he was voted the asshole. So I think usually the consensus is like, yeah, you are wrong.
I think he's voted the asshole because he called her a bitch. I don't think it's because the prank itself. Because it's like, okay, yeah, you might do it and you might think it's funny and you've read the room completely wrong.
Yeah.
And like you might get a reaction that you're not expecting from her. It's fine. You know what I mean? You can come back from that that if she's upset with you, like you just.
I think it's probably not his first incident because she said that I knew she absolutely hated such pranks.
Yeah.
And
So
they're not
he
meant to be
knows.
cruel. So it's like he's done this before and she's been like, don't fucking do that. I fucking hate that shit.
Like he's so clearly trying to be the funny guy, but he's clearly not the funny guy.
Yeah.
He's trying way too hard.
Yeah. You know, like your relationship's on rocky ground.
Yeah.
When you're banned from doing pranks.
It's like, what am I doing wrong? And it's like, you keep trying to be the goofball and we hate it because you take it incredibly too far.
It's also just like pranks as a rule, like unless they're really good, like a really good gotcha, they just suck. Like I think the internet ruined pranks.
Yeah.
And I think this is an example of that because it's like...
I think we're like, you know, if you have like a bucket over a door and then it drops like confetti or whatever and it just shocks the person and then they're like, oh, that was fun. You're like, yeah, that's great. But a thing where it's like, I'm going to pretend to be dead. I'm going to send you into a paddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like the thing, and it's, you know, like when you're a kid and you're like, I'm going to pretend to be dead in the water. It's like as an adult, you're like, no, I'd hate that. Like if a child was like face down, you know, they think it's very funny, but I don't as the parent supervising them.
Yeah,
that's a bad look for me.
Yeah, I look like a jerk for letting a kid die.
Yeah.
All right, this is from, I haven't brought this one up in a while. Dating over 40.
Oh, God.
Right now, my date is steaming me up by pretending it's not him sitting 5 bar stools down from me. I walked in, ordered a glass of wine, looked around and saw him, but he avoided my gaze, so I questioned if I had correctly picked him out from the other bro-looking dudes in here. Then I saw him look at his phone. I checked mine and he unmatched as I was looking. Class fucking act.
Ooh.
So I'm going to sit here and drink my overpriced wine. He's a dick, so why should I leave? And yes, I look like my pics. They're all recent. I guess I just didn't do it for him in person. Rather than throw a drink on him on the way out, thinking of having the bartender send him a drink with a message that he's a douche. Oh. Any better ideas? Half a glass of wine to figure it out. Any better ideas from anybody here?
Well...
Is this a power move or what?
I feel like you've just got to cut the loss at that point.
Yeah.
Like, be the bigger person, but also I'm a petty person.
I would leave because I'd be like, well, this stinks. I'm going home.
Yeah, being stood up is one thing. You can kind of sit around and be like, well, I'm going to feel bad for myself.
But it's the fact that they're both there, sitting 6 seats apart, and none of them are leaving.
Yeah, real bad.
Like, if he saw her and thought, oh, shit,
this
isn't what I wanted, you'd walk out. You wouldn't sit down and have a drink and unmatch her.
Yeah.
You would leave almost immediately.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I'm just going to go
Get out of here.
I'm going to go by the fire exit.
But
What the hell?
I've never stood anybody up for a date, and I would definitely not like sit around if I
and wait it out. Yeah,
like, I'm just too much of an uncomfortable. Like I couldn't enjoy my drink.
Yeah,
because it's like a time bomb. You're just waiting for like someone to happen.
Oh.
Yeah, someone to approach you
Yeah.
and say something.
So, but does he think like he can just like kind of, you know, blend in and like she's not going to notice him? Like it's like, dude, you had your pics too. Clearly, you were identifiable enough to
she got you.
that she's got you.
Why wouldn't she just walk up to him and say, "Hi, I'm the person that you should be on a date with right now"?
Oh.
Like, why is she waiting for, like, why would she send him a drink?
Oh, yeah, she's waiting.
She's there too, isn't she? Having her overpriced wine.
Yeah. Wait,
I get. Yeah, let me read.
has she not like? Has she not gone up and engaged with this?
I looked
Clearly
around, saw
not.
him, but he avoided my gaze. So I questioned if I had correctly picked him out from the other bro-looking dudes. Then I saw him look at his phone. I checked mine, and he unmatched as I was looking.
So at that point, as if you wouldn't just go up there, say, fuck you, put the drink on him and walk out.
That was one of the options,
unless-
but she
Yeah.
didn't do that.
But like,
She's not
he's
as
there.
I'm not as assertive as you, and I would never do that. I would be like, guess I'm out. Like if I, messaged a girl and I went somewhere, then she ignored me, I'd be like, home time. I'd be like, it's time to
Well,
go.
sorry, she doesn't have to throw a drink on him, but as if she wouldn't just like approach him at that point.
I
Because
think you just go and sit down and be like, hey, how you going?
Yeah.
You know
Found
what I mean?
ya.
Yeah.
Found ya. And it's like, if he wants to be the dick who gets up and goes,
Yeah.
then that's on him. But it's like, he's got to look a human being in the eye and say,
No thanks.
no
I feel like
thanks.
that's more uncomfortable. Like it'll make him uncomfortable.
Also, it's just like, sometimes I feel like it's better to just go through with like the date, even though you're
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? It's like, have a nice time.
Even if you're not into it.
If you're not into it, just go through with it, have a good time, have a couple of drinks, and then, you might find that you have a bit in common. But,
I mean, you're both dating over 40, so...
yeah, you don't...
Think
You
of
can't be too picky at that point, I don't think.
No.
Is that mean and controversial to say?
No,
I think that's the summation of the
Okay, good.
of the subreddit.
I forgot that they were both over 40. Thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me.
That's a crazy thing
I hope
but also a crazy thing for an adult man to do, to be like, I'm just going to look down at the floor and like avoid somebody. It's like, you're an adult, just eat it. Like,
just have the date and be like,
well, sorry.
see ya.
Yeah.
I don't think my kids will like you, and then leave. Like, that's all you have to do.
Perfect excuse.
Go and talk to him, I think, is the key thing. It's like, if he's gonna like make you uncomfortable, like make him uncomfortable.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
start hitting on everybody else at the bar.
Yeah.
Just see how
yeah.
that goes.
Kiss the guy next to him.
Yeah, there we go. There's a bit of power play.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If you're out there looking for love and you're at a bar already on a date, might as well have a date. Doesn't matter who it's with.
Yeah.
now.
Talk to a bartender.
Yeah.
Pop a tit.
I don't know if Papa Tit is out.
Is that your advice, Papa Tit?
Absolutely.
That's always your advice.
How many situations is that applicable for?
Yeah, most.
Most. I think I've heard you say that several times to advice. Alrighty. This one is from our adultery, one that I've not brought up. Came home and significant other is gone.
Oh, gosh.
Long-time lurker and occasional commenter on this great sub, but using a throwaway because my paranoia...
Please don't call it a great song.
My paranoia is at an all-time high right now. I have great OPSEC, which means operational security, which is what they use to be like, here's how I'm going to have my affair and not get caught.
Oh, my
That's OPSEC.
God.
I know too much about this world now. But also haven't seemed to need it because my wife works all the time and we do have a great sex life. So I would be shocked if she even suspected I was doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm losing my shit right now. I came home from work yesterday and usually my wife gets home about 30 minutes after I do. When I realised it's getting late, I called and got no answer. I checked our room and her things are gone. She left the room completely untouched, just took all her clothes and left no note. When I can't get in touch with her through the phone, emails, and her friends won't answer. She must know, right? Which why wouldn't she ask me? Who finds out and just leaves? Is it possible she doesn't know and left for someone else? Question mark.
What's it to you, Baldy? Like, seriously?
Baldy.
I don't know why I felt the need to call him Baldy.
This guy could have hair. Let's not get crazy.
Sorry, I felt overwhelmed and needed to say that. But what the hell?
All right, two things.
Yeah.
Either this is another prank-based relationship, and she's done the old, like, I'm going to swap all the pictures out in the house.
I never existed.
I never existed.
I think it's all the pictures are there. Her stuff.
Her stuff is gone, yeah. Yeah, I think she knows. I think she might have clued on.
But if she ran off with someone else, why does he care? Because he's clearly been doing this behind her back.
Yeah,
Because he's... Yeah, but... I mean, her OPSEC isn't as good as his if he knows that.
But like, all right, imagine like instead of breaking up with someone, you're like, I'm going to go to work.
Well, she's
But I'm going
ghosted
to just
him.
wait in the car at work. Then I'm going to drive home because I've taken the day off. Then I'm packing all of my stuff and I'm disappearing without a trace. Instead of being like...
Do we think, sorry, this is getting a little morbid. Do we think he's like abusive and he's like not putting that in there and she's like decided, fuck this guy, I'm on the run?
I think he would be emotionally abusive because he's having an affair.
Yeah.
But not like, I mean, that's usually like brought up or something. Like it's usually people will be like, I read through the comments, there's nothing good in there.
Yeah.
But it's just people usually just being like, you got caught, or we like went through your Reddit history. You are like a bastard. Fuck you, asshole. You get what you deserve.
Yeah, well, he sounds like a knob. I have no sympathy for this.
Would this be a move you would do? I think you're a fight. You would be like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to wait here and have a go. I don't think I would do this much of a move. I think I would just be like, oh, look, I got to go. Like a half-hearted...
Not as dramatic as...
No, I would just be like, look, I got the news. I got to get out of here. Not for me. Good luck.
I feel like she's obviously found out. And if she doesn't want to have an altercation, I don't blame her for just getting up and leaving.
I get it.
I'm guessing there's no kids involved because he just said she's gone.
Yeah.
Is it wife or partner?
Yeah, wife.
Yeah.
My wife works.
Right.
Like, my wife works all the time. And we have great sex. So it's like, I don't know why you are...
Why did you mention that?
I think because usually that's like one of the leading causes in the adultery subreddit.
Is like a dead bedroom.
Dead bedroom, bad sex life, whatever. And they're like, I've got to go fall in love with someone else. And then they do.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So what... So I guess what if it's... Is it possible she doesn't know and left for someone else? So his other question is... projecting, where it's like, is she also cheating on me?
Yeah. The minute that like the tables are turned,
you're like, this
he's
sucks.
immediately uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's like, that's not fair.
I don't know. I think she's just caught him out and thought, I can't be with this bastard anymore. And she's packed up and gone.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her, honestly.
No. This guy, that was also in like the comments. Our adultery again is like an echo chamber of people being like, we're doing the right thing. But on all these ones where it's like, I've been caught, people are like, damn, the rule. Like, that's the game. You played it, you lost, baby.
Well, that's the thing, I think. If like you can acknowledge that it's like you can do whatever you want, but
you
like,
could lose it all.
There's consequences for
Yeah.
that. And chances are, like, most people are pretty stupid. They're going to get caught eventually.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's hard to cover your tracks on anything. Like, it's like, people just make mistakes. And it's like, so if you ever try and cover up anything, eventually, like, somebody will clue on, or you will be living in fear that, like, somebody will clue on. And it's like, and that just makes you messier. So, like, he's been caught out. He hasn't covered his tracks properly. And there's consequences to it. There's also just consequences to having an affair. But, you know, he's clearly not very good at this. And she's probably known for a while. I think, like, if your partner's cheating on you, you'll probably figure it out pretty quickly. One, because it's like, where the fuck are you going? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? And it's like, you know, when you're married to somebody or you're in a relationship with somebody, you will sort of like you'll find things out of place if they're out of place. You know what I mean? Like, you just get into routines and stuff. It's like, normally we're in bed watching TV at this time of night. Where the fuck is he?
I think their attitude would change as well, like towards you. Like, if they're cheating on you, I feel like, you know, they're obviously not as interested in you initially, well, as they were initially, and they're pursuing other things. So I think naturally how they're acting towards you, you'd be able to tell. That's my thoughts.
All right. Well, we're all giving real good advice on how to cheat, but I'm going to just focus it on a question. People who met their adult partner, so that's the person that you cheat with.
Yeah.
Right? So, you're whoever the other person is. People who met their adult partner at the gym, how did it happen? Met a potential adult partner at my gym. She's dropped signals here and there. I know she's interested. I've tried to stay friendly without throwing any overt signals, but it's really difficult, and I think I'm at the point where I'd like to take things further.
Oh, God.
I don't wear my wedding ring at the gym, so she doesn't know. How do I subtly let her know of my marital status, but that I'm also interested in progressing our relationship? Or is it better to be direct? I'd be interested in hearing about others' experiences in gym-based affairs, especially with how they evolve.
The fact that that's like a subgenre in this subreddit.
Yeah.
Wait, in this Reddit?
It's just a subreddit.
Subreddit.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Gym-based affairs. Wouldn't...
Which are different from gym-based affairs, where you're cheating with somebody named Jim.
Yeah.
Two very different categories.
I'm a bit stumped on this one. Wouldn't you just say...
All right, let's say you're working out and there's a cute guy at the gym. And you're like, he's single, he hasn't got a ring. And you have a bit of flirting back and forth, and then he goes, I'm married. I
would back off because he's married. But... No, I would.
Okay.
I'm not one to stir the pot.
Not a home wrecker.
I'm not a home wrecker, no. But, like, maybe... Is she married?
Doesn't look like it. Doesn't say any... I think that would be brought up. Because usually, if someone who's married is flirting with you, you'd be like, they're open to it. They are already okay with themselves cheating. They have to be okay with me cheating. Otherwise, they're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like, if you're going to cheat, well, then I should be allowed to cheat. You know what I mean?
You just got to wonder, right? Like, what is the best kind of circumstance? I think the minute that you form a relationship in any capacity with somebody that you're having an affair with, again, it gets messy. You know what I mean? It's like it's text messages and it's like there's a paper trail. Whereas it's like if it's a completely anonymous person, you've got less, and I've made this case before, and I'm not advocating for it. I'd like that to be made very clear. But it makes sense to like not have an intimate relationship with the person you're cheating with. Like,
I would say this is not an intimate relationship. This is just someone at your gym.
Yeah, but like the minute that you're like starting to, like, you could just be like, yeah, let's fool around and like keep it nice and casual and like not do. You don't have to mention that you're married. You don't have to give her information about your kids. You don't have to give her.
Do you think
anything.
that would be like lying though? Lying by admission?
Yeah, but like cheating is inherently lying. So like a lie within a lie is no better. Like it's
a lie.
It's just a lie. So
that's tricky.
Why does she need to know that he's married? It doesn't affect her, really. If she wants to have sex with him, she's going to have sex with him.
I guess because, like, it could, like, out of looking after her feelings. Because, you know, if you...
but you're not looking after your wife's feelings. Why do you care about the gym girl?
Because, like, being mean to one person is not the same as being mean to everyone. Because you're like, I like this girl. I want to have sex with her. But if I like had sex with someone and then afterwards they were like, oh, by the way, I got a husband, I would feel bad. Like I would have.
Okay.
But you can make an informed decision if
it's beforehand and they're like, oh, by the way, before we go any further, I got a husband.
But these fuckers, right? Like these
adultery people,
like they're always going to put it on. They're always going to. I have a bad relationship with my wife.
Yep.
She doesn't touch me in the bedroom. And it's like, okay, like I get that. That's a bit of a sob story, you know.
Work it out.
Go and work that out with her. Tell her what you're telling the girl at the gym. Be like, I don't feel like the relationship's working.
Yeah.
And then one of two things will happen. Your wife will be like, well, let's address that, or fuck you, let's get a divorce. Like if you're not happy, and then you can fuck all of the gym girls if you want. With it's consequence free.
With immunity.
Like, you know, again, I think the thesis of this podcast is that, you know, just communicate with people and you will be better off.
What is very funny about like our adultery is like, I don't want to have one hard conversation. So in place, I'm going to like set up a situation where I will get like 4 or 5 hard conversations once it eventually doubles down, because then I'll have to tell my wife, my mistress, my children, everybody I know who's going to hear about this, my family. It's like, it's like it is only doomed to fall over.
Yeah.
Which is so funny that it's like that's how you set it all up. To me, it's just like, don't do that. And don't do that at all.
This is the thing, like, again, these fuckers are probably, you know, like, they could get a divorce at any moment and be completely free to do what they want.
Yep.
But they're putting a dollar value on their happiness.
Yeah.
And they need to because that's why you wouldn't get if you could just get a divorce and it was a free thing and you'd be happy with it.
Yeah.
You could.
But you're
putting a dollar value on it. And at that point, you care more about your financial situation than you do about your own happiness. So figure it out.
It's probably also that, like, oh, my wife does 99 out of 100 things great. Oh, but there's just one thing that I really don't like. Like, this doesn't even... Like, he doesn't complain at all about his wife. He's just like, another woman has shown me interest, and I got to do something. Otherwise, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
Get a hobby.
Yeah. Buy a home gym if it's this much of a problem for you.
Yeah.
Like that's... that's the thing of, like, if you date a girl and then another girl shows interest in you, you should have, like, enough self-security that you're like, I don't need to fuck that person. It's fine.
But this is the thing too, isn't it? Like, when you're in a relationship and...
Wouldn't know.
Neither.
Nah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd. Anybody loved and accepted who they are?
I'm not even going to say any... One listener I can think of... But that's it.
Okay, so...
You're not playing to the crowd.
No, I'm not playing to the crowd.
Make your point all the time.
No, I think I forgot it. It's fine.
Okay, so...
So if he wants to be the good guy, he should just tell her straight up, I'm married. If you want to proceed...
All right. If he wants to be the truly good guy...
Oh, he wouldn't do this.
Go to therapy and be like, hey...
Talk to your wife.
Go to therapy, be like, hey, when anyone shows me interest, the only way I know how to, like, reciprocate on that is to immediately try to fuck them and, like, ruin everything else in my life. As opposed to, like, just be like, hey, you seem nice, seem interesting. Unfortunately, I'm already taken, I'm married, but we could be friends. I don't mind having someone to work out with, like...
Yeah.
If that heavy bar falls down and lands on my neck, I want someone who will save me, as opposed to be like, I die.
Well, I think he has no interest in being the good guy.
No. This I don't. No follow up on
this. Oh, you
this.
think he wants to fuck the young hottie at the gym? You think that's what he wants to do?
No, I mean...
No, I think that would be revolutionary.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine that.
Anyway, I hate all of this because these guys are bastards. It makes me very angry and...
Mad at...
Deep in my soul. Man!
Our adultery is, like, brutal. Hard to get good posts for that, because they're either, like, excruciatingly long or way too short and, like, sad. It's like, oh, boy. Alrighty. We're going to go back to the last question from Dating Over 40. My boyfriend overexposes himself on social media and it makes me seethe. I believe...
What a great episode of Fight Your Stepdad that was. If you'd like to listen to the rest of it, head on over to patreon.com/Sad Cowboy Productions for some great content, full episodes of Fight Your Stepdad, and just to support the podcast. We really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. See you down at the ranch.
Something as big as a wedding day.
Yeah, no.
Far out.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Never understand it. Not for me to know.
No.
All right. Well, that's the last question. I think that brings us to the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening.
And watching.
And watching. However this gets edited or put together.
I was suckling my drink bottle the whole time. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. All right. Buy my shirts at thegriftshop.myshopify.com or whatever the hell it is.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Patreon, there should be an ad.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Word of mouth.
Yeah.
This is how it goes. Rate, like, subscribe. Whatever the hell we're doing with this.